Hello creepy people and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are of course going to be doing the February 2023 horror pack unboxing, but of course we are also going to be doing some reviews of the January 2023 horror pack that I really want to talk about with you guys. So first we're going to do the reviews and then we're going to do the unboxing of the new movies. But first things first, for those of you who do not know what horror pack is a horror movie subscription service where every month you get 4 new DVD and or Blu-rays, and they are all horror movie genre related. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you get old classics that are your favorites, sometimes you get movies that you've never heard of before that end up becoming your new favorites, and sometimes you see movies that you wish you never saw. It's just all around a really good time. If you are a movie buff like myself, if you are a horror movie fan like myself, then horror pack is definitely something you guys should consider checking out. I will have a link right at the top of the description box. Don't worry, it is not an affiliate link. I'm not making any money off of your clicks or your subscriptions or anything. I am simply just providing that link to make the horror pack site easily accessible for you. It has absolutely no ties to me whatsoever. I will always and forever be very transparent with you guys on that topic. So if you guys want to check it out, click the link in the description box and see if horror pack is something for you. So let's go ahead and jump into these movies. So in January, I watched 3 out of the 4. I didn't have time to watch the 4th one. So the first one I want to talk about is the movie with Christina Ricci and John Cusack, and that is Distorted. This one I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't too bad. It was kind of confusing to kind of figure out the story. The one thing that I could think about the entire time I was watching this was the Netflix movie One Bedroom. It really reminded me of that movie for some reason. I don't even know what it is. I just kept thinking about it. If you guys have ever seen the movie One Bedroom, I believe it's still on Netflix, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But in this movie, we have Christina Ricci, who plays Lauren in the movie, and she and her husband live in this like beautiful house, and unfortunately Lauren, or Christina Ricci, suffers from some sort of like PTSD or something that happened in her past, and she just doesn't ever feel safe in her home. She, is seeing things, hearing things. So her and her husband decide to move. They want to move to some place that is really safe, really secure, that has cameras everywhere, all the stuff. And they end up finding this place, and this place is like super beautiful, really high end. And the whole vibe in this little community of where they're moving to is everyone seems to know everyone. There's a very kind of like almost hypnotizing calmness with everybody, and at first they're like, wow, this could be a really good fit for us, like we should definitely move here. So they end up moving there. Soon after moving there, Lauren starts to experience kind of some of the same things that she was before, but a little bit different. Hissing coming from the speakers in the apartment, there's things and words being flashed up on the TV, and she's thinking like, what is going on? And her husband thinks that it's her PTSD and that it's just all in her head and none of this stuff is actually really happening. But Christina Ricci, Lauren, feels differently, so she contacts a guy named Vernon, which is John Cusack. After doing all of this research and kind of her, Lauren, and Vernon kind of digging deep down, the entire building and all the occupants inside this building are being brainwashed, and it's crazy. There's a really, really cool twist and thing that happens at the end. It's really, really good. It was like, overall, it was a pretty good, okay movie. I did give it 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was a little bit slow in some parts, and it wasn't really as like climatic as I feel like it could have been in certain parts, but for the most part, this was a pretty okay movie. The next one that I want to talk about, this one I was really excited to see, but unfortunately it honestly kind of disappointed me a little bit, and that is the movie Reunion. This one I gave 2 out of 5 stars, and this movie is just, it's so strange and just weird. Like, this movie honestly did not need to be made. Like, we could have gone the rest of our lives without seeing a movie like this. It was just kind of pointless, honestly. So it is about a daughter. Her name is Ellie. She is an adult and she is pregnant, and she just got out of a abusive relationship with, I'm assuming, the baby daddy. So she decides to go back to her childhood home, and she has not been back to her childhood home for about 13 years, and she's currently working on like a book. So she decides, okay, I'm gonna get out of this relationship, I'm gonna go back home where it's peaceful, quiet, comfortable, and I'm gonna work on finishing my book. And her mom, Ivy, is there packing up the house to get it ready to sell because it's just too big, too hard to maintain. There's a lot of stuff there, and her dad is struggling with some sort of health issue. And I know Ellie went there to kind of like have this quiet place to focus and stuff, but honestly, that was the last place she could have gone because there were so many boxes and chaos and just mess everywhere. Like, there's no way, at least for me personally, I would not be able to focus on something as important as a book in such a chaotic environment. And there is also a backstory. There was a sister named Kara who passed away. Ellie keeps seeing like visions of or the ghost of, and she's just having a really hard time. She starts having problems with her pregnancy, and the whole time I could not stop thinking about this, but the whole time all of this stuff was going on, I was like, why not just leave? Like, if you're not being able to focus, if you're starting to have complications with your pregnancy and you're seeing your dead sister's ghost walking around, why not just leave? But she never leaves. She just stays there and deals with it. Like, just leave. You know what I mean? Like, that could have just made this whole situation so much more simple. Just leave the house. And then, like, so it's just kind of like the same thing for a while where, you know, like, she's sleeping, she gets stomach cramps, she sees the ghost. There's a backstory about, like, a broken vase that led to the sister's death. Like, they got pissed about the vase and they pushed her over a staircase and it weird stuff. And then towards the end, there was something about this, like, hidden room, and her dad was some sort of, like, doctor. And it just, like, seriously, you guys, this movie was just so beyond weird. The next one that I want to talk about, this one was just as weird, and that was the movie Ill Final Contagium. This one right here, not what I was expecting at all, okay? This movie was so strange, you guys, but it was oddly entertaining at the same time. You know, I thought it was going to be more of like a apocalyptic zombie type movie kind of thing, but it was actually like, I believe 4 or 5 different like short stories about this like toxic biochemical virus that people were contracting, and there was like, none of the stories were really related, but they all had a similar kind of vibe. The one that stuck out to me most was the boyfriend-girlfriend one where like he gets it and he gets really sick, he's coughing, breaking out in rashes, vomiting, and then he like turns into like this big like creature thing. It was honestly kind of creepy. And the plastic surgery one, that one was also really good. Those are the 2 that stick out in my mind, and it's been a while since I've watched this movie, and those are the 2 that I remember so freaking vividly. So while it was definitely a strange movie and a weird movie, it wasn't that bad. It definitely the acquired taste. This movie would not be for everybody, but it wasn't horrible. A couple of the stories I didn't like and I found them to be a little bit boring, but most of them were pretty good. But yeah, this movie, it's interesting. Okay guys, so those were all of the reviews from the January horror pack. Now we can get into unboxing the new movies, which I am very excited about. So like I said, there is 4 new Blu-rays in here. I've never seen them before. I don't know what we're gonna get. So we're just gonna open it up and we're gonna see what surprises we have. So, as you can see on the inside, slipcover, okay. So, as you can see on the inside, we have 4 new Blu-rays. You can either get a Blu-ray pack or a DVD pack, and I believe the movies for each of those are a little bit different. And I'm gonna take the one off the very top, because I can kind of see that one. So, the first movie for February 2023 is The Forever Purge. Okay, so here is the first movie that we got for February 2023. The Forever Purge, One Night is Not Enough. So, I don't know, is this related to the Purge movies? Because I love the first Purge. Love that movie. The other ones, I thought it was starting to get a little overdone. So is this related to the Purge franchise? Well, this was made in 2020 and it is 1 hour and 44 minutes long. So let's go ahead and read what it says on the back. One night is not enough as members of an underground movement, no longer satisfied with the annual night of anarchy and murder, decide to take over America through an unending campaign of mayhem and massacre. No one is safe. On the morning after the purge, a mass gang of killers attacks a wealthy Texas ranching family and their workers. Exposed by daylight, the 2 families are forced to band together and fight back as the country spirals into chaos and the United States begins to disintegrate around them. Okay, this actually sounds really freaking good. It sounds just like all the other Purge movies. Like I said, I love the first Purge movie. I own it. It's great. So, and the whole like story of what it says on the back, it sounds pretty good. If you have seen this one, feel free to let me know how you feel about this one down below. And see, this is why, like, when I first saw the Purge movie, I was like, could you imagine if this actually happened in the United States? Like, there's no way people would just be able to follow directions and do just one night. It would turn into this. That's why I don't think we will ever have a purge. Like, because people just won't follow directions. Okay, so I think that was a really, really good start to the movies. So now we have 3 left. I'm going to take the one off the very bottom because I really want to see what that slipcover one is. So the second movie for February 2023 is... Oh, open 24 hours. Welcome to the graveyard shift. So here is the second movie. Again, I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. It says, pray you never run out of gas. That is one of my biggest fears. Like, did you guys know that? Biggest fear is running out of gas in the middle of nowhere. That's why I always keep my tank on full. If I get down to a half a tank, I'm like, oh my God, I'm out of gas. It is not rated. It is approximately 103 minutes, and this was also made in 2020. Ooh, so on the back it says, this is Don't Breathe meets House of the Devil. So that's really exciting. Okay, let's see what it says on the back. A paranoid, delusional woman, Mary White, has just been released from a mental hospital for setting her serial killer boyfriend on fire. I mean, I don't blame her. Mary suffers from severe paranoia and hallucinations. Her boyfriend, James Lincoln Fields, is a brutal serial killer known as the Rain Ripper. He enjoyed murdering people and making Mary watch. After being released from the hospital, Mary's vulnerable demeanor aids her in obtaining employment at an all-night gas station. However, left alone to her own devices, her paranoia and hallucinations return with furious consequences. Customers and friends suddenly start turning up dead and mutilated all around her. Okay. Interesting. I mean, this girl's got some issues, but that's okay. Who doesn't? Raise your hand. I'm excited to watch this one too. This one doesn't sound too bad at all. Okay guys, 2 movies left. I'm gonna take the one off of the very bottom again. The third movie, this might be our Horror Pack Limited Edition, is... It is our Horror Pack Limited Edition, and this one is called Bad Dreams. I've been having a lot of weird dreams lately. Does anyone else? Like, I don't know if it's like the time change that we just went through, but man, oh man, my dreams have been sketch. Alright, so here is the third movie. This is our Horror Pack Limited Edition, Bad Dreams, Best of the Nightmares Film Festival 2022. Oh, it's another short film movie. So there are total of 10 short films. On the back it says, Nightmares Film Festival sets itself apart from the other genre fests by its deep, year-round connection to the horror filmmaking community, which gives it the first line of the rarest, scariest, most daring, and unsettling films being created around the country. This collection of films, curated directly from the 2022 program, overflows with a unique mix of subjects, powerful voices, and boundary-pushing stories. Nightmares Film Festival has been named one of the world's top horror film festivals by every major genre outlet, and these films exemplify the outstanding quality of the 2022 festival. Okay, so I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with short films. A lot of them actually turn up to be really good. So it does not say how long this movie is, but seeing as how there's 10 short films, they're probably 5 to 7 minutes long. I can't do math, so I'm gonna guess maybe like an hour and a half worth of short films. All right guys, 1 movie left. This is the final movie for February 2023. What's it gonna be? And it is a John Travolta film? What the hell? I've never heard of this one either. Okay, so this is a John Travolta horror film, and this is called The Fanatic. All he wanted was an autograph. Okay, this was made in 2019. It is 89 minutes long. It is rated R. Weird. Oh my gosh, he looks so weird with a beard. Look at that. Like, have you guys ever seen John Travolta with a beard? That's crazy. Okay. On the back it says, on the grimy streets of Hollywood, a celebrity-obsessed man feels slighted by his favorite movie star and embarks on an unhinged quest to get a response. leading to a home invasion and a very long night that changes both men irreparably. Okay, so this is interesting, and it's actually kind of like almost like a real life situation. I'm sure celebrities go through this quite a bit where they have like a super obsessed fan that just like will not leave them alone. So interesting. And it's John Travolta, right? So obviously it's going to be like a bigger budget film. This might be good, you guys. I think this February pack was actually really freaking good. Like, I'm excited about all of them, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't have any like feelings about any of them. Let me know down below if you have seen any of these. I'm super curious to know. Let's go ahead and jump into this unboxing. I'm using a box cutter, so I'm trying to be a little extra careful. All right, so as you can see, we have 4 new Blu-rays in here, and it looks like we have one with a slip cover. You guys know how I feel about slip covers here. Okay, we're gonna start at the very bottom. So the very first movie that we got for March of 2023 is... Okay. I do already own this one, obviously, and when you guys see which one it is, you're gonna know why. First, let me take the little plastic wrap off. That is, of course, the 2018 Halloween. You guys, if you are a OG subscriber of mine, if you know me to any inkling, then you know Michael Myers and the Halloween movies are some of my all-time favorite movies to ever exist on the planet. I love Michael Myers. He's amazing. These movies are great. So this one was made in 2018. It's basically like a continuation. It has Jamie Lee Curtis in it. It's rated R. It's an hour and 46 minutes. So for those of you who haven't seen it, I will go ahead and just read what it says on the back. So on the back it says, Jamie Lee Curtis returns to her iconic role as Laurie Strode, who comes to her final confrontation with Michael Myers. It's not the final one, spoiler alert. The masked figure who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night 4 decades ago. Master of Horror John Carpenter joins forces with director David Gordon Green and producer Jason Blum for this follow-up to Carpenter's 1978 classic. Oh my gosh, this movie is so good. I want to watch it now. Let's go ahead and see which ones we get. I'm going to take off of the very bottom again. And the second movie we got is our Horror Pack Limited Edition. You always get a Horror Pack Limited Edition in Horror Packs, and they're basically like lower budget horror movies. And this one is called Angel. So that is our Horror Pack Limited Edition for the month of March. So this was made in 2017. Let's just go ahead and read what it says on the back. So on the back it says, after his daughter goes missing near an abandoned town, wealthy contractor Benjamin Weaver employs an investigative journalist and her team to probe into Raven Rock's shady history in hopes of finding answers. Soon they realize the horrifying truth that Raven Rock is not so abandoned and a mysterious figure named Angel still haunts the town. So it's kind of, I'm getting like murder mystery vibes from this one a little bit. Horror Pack Limited Editions can either be really good or really bad, so they're always very 50-50 for me. Some of them are okay, but usually it's like you're either gonna like it or you're not gonna like it. So, okay guys, 2 movies left. We're halfway done. I'm gonna take the one with the slip cover. I'm really anxious to see what this one is. The third movie that we got is Night of the Dead animated, based on the original film Night of the Living Dead. Okay, so here is the third movie that we got. So it's like a cartoon horror movie. That's kind of fun. Here's what the back of this one looks like. Look at that. That's kind of fun. So this is rated R. It is 71 minutes long. And this was made, all right, I'm not seeing a date or anything, but let's go ahead and read what it says on the back. So on the back it says, what begins as a simple visit to a gravesite soon escalates into a night of sheer terror. In this dark animated retelling of the 1968 cult classic Night of the Living Dead, bloodthirsty zombies suddenly begin amassing everywhere. As Barbara, Ben, and an odd group of strangers hide in a remote farmhouse, their struggle to ward off the flesh eaters outside creates fierce tension inside, containing terrifying new content not found in the original. Night of the Animated Dead will convince you to lock your doors. Okay, so I think this is going to be really cute. I love Night of the Living Dead, absolutely love that movie so much. So I think it's really cute that we have like a cartoon version. Alrighty guys, and we have one final movie left. What is it gonna be? Oh, here we go. The fourth and final movie for March of 2023 is... Okay, so we have a double feature in this one. So one of them, I'm pretty sure I've seen before, and the other one I think I've heard of, but I don't think I've seen. And that is these right here. We have The Watcher, and then we have The Skeleton Key. So I'm pretty sure I've seen The Skeleton Key a long time ago. Okay, so The Watcher is rated R. It was made in 2000. It is 96 minutes long. And it says, after years of pursuing psychotic killers in Los Angeles, FBI agent Joel Campbell wants out. And now his nemesis, serial killer David Alan Griffin, has tracked him all the way to Chicago just to torment him. Before each murder, Griffin sends Campbell a photograph of his intended victim and dares him to find her before he strikes again. Now, with every trick of the clock and amidst pulse-pounding action, this stone-cold killer turns up the heat. This game of cat and mouse will have you gasping for breath from its first terrifying frame until its final explosive conclusion. This actually sounds really good. We have a lot of really, really good like A-list celebrities and actors and actresses in this, so this is probably going to be really good. I don't think I've seen it before. And then The Skeleton Key. This one is rated PG-13. It was made in 2005, and it is 103 minutes long. And on the back of this one it says, Kate Hudson stars in a supernatural thriller that weaves a tale of terror and suspense. When Caroline Ellis takes a job in Louisiana's bayou, she unlocks a deadly secret involving magic, conjure, and sacrifice that pulls her into a terrifying world of strange, frightening, and unexplained incidents. The key to escaping may lie in a decrepit attic, but if she dares to believe in what she discovers, everything she fears will become real. Filled with the endless suspense and bone-chilling scares, hold on for this terrific ride, one of the best twists since The Sixth Sense. Okay. All right, guys, those were all of the movies that we got for March of 2023. One of them I, of course, have seen already. Halloween, you guys already know. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Have you seen any of these? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, make sure to go down and give this video a huge thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you are new to my channel and you are a horror movie fan like myself, make sure you go down and hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future uploads from me. But as the rest of you guys, thank you again so much for watching. I love you very, very much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. And remember to stay creepy. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.